But I just want to acknowledge my heritage, Butchulla Bundjalung people. And on my mum's side, I like to acknowledge the Yippi Islander. They come over on the blackbirding, so they brought my grandmother over as a slave. So I just like to acknowledge my heritage. This is my first project, first time doing anything like this. It's my first time, so I've loved it in terms of it helping with my trauma. It's just been a joy. Smiles and fun and challenges. Yeah, it's been great so far. The project about is just, to let our mob know about trauma and mental health issues and just putting it out there so that the big T for trauma, you can talk about it. I'm hoping that when brothers and sisters go and have their Weet-Bix, and as they pour their Weet-Bix into the bowl, it'll come out in shapes of tea, in tea Weet-Bix, like it's a tea Weet-Bix. So we get to talk about trauma at the breakfast table, lunchtime, dinner time, not be scared of talking about it. So yeah, just this whole program is just to help young people and give them another avenue and give them other options and another perspective into intergenerational trauma and personal trauma that is going to happen in your life. It's about what we do with it, yeah.
That painting's shit. No one will ever buy that. I'm going for a press. Going to give me Yandi. Get on the charge. I'm deadly. You're deadly. We're deadly. I'm sharing my culture. Getting people to connect.
My role is really to support this project. It's an Indigenous-led project. I think it's important to have Indigenous artists working, so it's fantastic that Uncle Cole has been involved, and Kurz and Mitch King.
My name is Mitch King, Widjabul Wiyabul man, and also Yagal man within the Bundjalung Nation. The project is called Big Hearts, Strong Mob, and my role in the project is co-directing and co-writing.
Hi, my name's Kurz Lake. I am a Wiradjuri woman and I'm sitting on Widjabul Wiyabul country. I've come on board in this project as a performer and as a co-collaborator to flesh out concepts and be part of this first development. My understanding of the project is that it's an exploration of trauma specific to our communities, an exploration and an investigation into the impacts of colonisation, the impacts of living in our culture more broadly, where we are the less dominant culture, although this is our country, and all of the struggles and difficulties that come with that, and fleshing that out from our real stories, from our contemporary stories.
So my role in this project has been the visual designer and collaborator. For this project, the visual designing elements that we work with, it's a combination between the original artwork from Colin, who brought in, so we've mixed some of that together with different scene sets. So at this stage, being the very early stages, was more about creating an idea around some concepts and try to develop some concepts around each of the scenes.
Like for the last 3 days, we've sat here laughing, crying, talking and creating something, and now it's getting to the point where we get to now then put that on show and bring it to life and then share it with other people.
This project is about mental health within Indigenous communities and the beauties, but also the hardships that happen within those communities and what comes with it, which is, complexities of trauma and past dealings, of people's own, depression and anxiety.
There are a lot. There's mental health, PTSD, depression, anxiety, all trauma-based. But with that as well, what we use with culture to counteract that or move through that or sit with all of those things, I think is a very strong part of this piece, and something that definitely we've been exploring as we've been moving along the last few days.
Coming to terms with my own personal trauma, and then realising that there was more layers, and it wasn't my fault. The colonisation, the disconnection, the displacement of my people, not only my people here in country, but all Aboriginal people all over Australia. Since they colonised, we have all been moved out of our original place. And with that comes the trauma. And so I found that if you stay in that trauma, you stay disconnected. But when we start to connect back to culture, we can start to deal with that intergenerational trauma. So it's very layered. I thought impossible to actually have to unpack, but I realised that no, you can unpack it with the right support and the right people around you, and using the right healing methods.